Let's make more hanging towel toppers using my favorite free pattern. Welcome to Allie So Crafty. In this channel, you'll see sewing tutorials and pattern reviews so that you and I can make beautiful things together. These hanging towel toppers are a hit. Look at them, they're so cute, useful, very popular, and so easy to make that, you know what, I had to make some more. Well, to be honest with you, my sister asked for more, so I had to do it, right? But I decided to make this video because I wanted to share with you the step-by-steps on how I made these super cute hanging towel toppers with a little more detailed information compared to my video here, where in this video I show you how to make the hanging towel toppers, but the focus is not the best, the camera angles are not the best. So in this video, I'm going to show you a better look on how to make these super cute hanging towel toppers. And in the process, who knows, you may get super motivated to make tons of these to give and to sell. I'm using a free pattern from Craft Warehouse. I have added the link down in the description to this pattern. However, I modified the pattern a little bit to make the tab skinnier, like this one, more narrow. If you want the modified pattern, I have also added the link in the description for that pattern, and of course, it's free as well. To make these beautiful hanging towel toppers, you will need a hand towel, a fat quarter, or maybe like a 12 by 18 piece of fabric. Now, if you're going to fussy cut the fabric, you will need a little more fabric than that, possibly. Woven interfacing, and I'm using a plastic snap. And of course, your matching thread color. Okay, that's it. Let's get started. After cutting the pattern pieces, the very first thing we're going to do is add woven interfacing to our quilting cotton. That will help preserve the fabric during the wear and tear of your towel toppers. So I'm going to show you real quick how I do that in like one time. Add the woven interfacing to all of the pieces together. Carefully place all your pattern pieces on top of the woven interfacing, and you're going to carefully iron them one by one, making sure that you don't get any of the woven interfacing glue on your iron. Now, the best way to prevent that from happening is by adding either a cheesecloth or parchment paper or anything that will protect your iron from getting the glue of the woven interfacing. So something that you can put in between your iron and the woven interfacing and the fabric so that you can just press them all at once. And this is definitely the fastest and easy way and more accurate way to do this. And after that, you are ready to cut all your pattern pieces one more time, but this time they will have the woven interfacing attached, and just use whatever is easier for you. Make sure your interfacing is fully fused to your fabric. That is important. And now let's move on to the next step. Next, you're going to fold the bottom edge towards the wrong side of your towel topper piece by 1/4 inch. Using starch really helps with this process. And go ahead and press the seam in place. Consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel if you have learned something today. Okay, so now that you have your front and your back pieces with the interfacing and with the seam allowance folded in towards the wrong side of the towel topper, we're going to put them aside for just a moment because now we're going to work with the actual towels. These are hand towels. They're 16 inches wide by 26 inches long. I'm going to cut them in half. You just want to make sure that you cut it along the the width, the 16-inch side. And make sure, of course, that they're even here. The bottom edges match so that they're not crooked, they're even. Here's one, which is now two. Okay, and the same with the other one. Now that you have one half of your towel here, the top may fray because of the terry cloth material. So you may want to either do a zigzag stitching or a serger at this point to kind of help the fabric from preventing the fraying while it's being used. Another thing you need to consider right now is how you want your towel toppers to look. You can gather your towel like this, and that will look kind of cute, but you have to think of how bulky it is, and will your sewing machine take the bulkiness? So that is something that you have to kind of take into consideration based on your machine. Now what I usually do is that I just follow kind of the natural fold of the towel. So it's fold on three sides, and it's pretty flat, and it will fit perfectly on my towel topper because the top should be 6 inches wide. So just make sure however way you decide to fold your fabric, whether you gather it or fold it in twos and threes, however you do it, make sure that the width is no bigger than 6 inches. That way it can easily fit in your towel topper. So what I decided to do was serge the top edge of my towels. You can do zigzag like I said, but I went ahead and serged it, and I'm using this Janome 8002D serger machine for that. I also want to say that either serged using the serger or a zigzag, or just stitching the towels in place prior to inserting them into the towel topper really will avoid headaches. That because you will prevent the towel from moving as you are inserting it into the towel topper. And so that helps the towel stay in place. It makes it easier for you to handle it, and you'll know for a fact that the towel is not going to be uneven at the bottom. So it's just a nice quick tip. And now we're going to join the front and back of the towel toppers. To join them, now you're going to take the front and the back, and you're going to join them right sides together, and you're going to stitch them at a 1/4 inch seam allowance along the sides and the top. You're going to leave the bottom open. Now, as you can see, the top here is very narrow, and once you stitch it, it's going to get even more thin, and it's going to be difficult to turn it right side out. So for that, I just take a piece of yarn. This is about 31 inches long, and I fold it in half and tied a knot. And I'm going to place that right on top of my tab here with the knot on the outside of my tab, okay? And you're going to then take the other side, right sides together, and just align it there. When you get to this part, you're going to stitch back and forth in that area to reinforce it. Once you finish and you turn this towel topper right side out, you're going to pull here the yarn, and that is going to help push the fabric through this narrow path, okay? And having the knot out here It will help prevent the yarn from kind of breaking and breaking through the fabric. So let's go ahead and do that now. Then you're going to start pulling the yarn and kind of helping the fabric, pushing the fabric through that narrow tab until it is all right side out, and then carefully, very carefully trim off the yarn. And you will not see anything, but if you do see a little bit of yarn, just use some fray check or fabric glue and that will kind of make it disappear. Okay, so we have the towel topper made and the towels are ready. So at this point, let's go ahead and assemble the two pieces together to make our hanging towel toppers. And here's your towel topper and your towel, the half of it. You're going to insert the towel inside the towel topper. So at this point, if your towel has like a front and back, as I would call it, make sure that you're inserting it in the right direction. So for example, my towel has the opening here, and then the front is smooth. So the smooth part will be the front in my case. And the little curve right here will be also the front. So making sure that the back is towards the back, you're going to insert your towel. And insert your towel all the way up to the point right there where it turns. Ensure that everything is straight and even. Take wonder clips and clip them in place. Take it back to the sewing machine and top stitch it, beginning on the side, go all the way up, around, and then you're going to close off the opening here. I like to stitch 2 lines right here at the opening section of my towel topper, just to make sure that it is secured. Lastly, you will add the snap of your choice. It could be a plastic snap or it could be a fashion metal snap. What's important is that you leave enough space here, kind of like at the beginning of the tab, for the snap, because down here there's a lot of bulk with the towel, so it's going to be impossible to put a snap there. And also make sure you look at the front and the back of your towel topper before you install the snap, to make sure that you install it in the right direction. So here is only 2 layers of fabric compared to here where you have all of this towel. And then as well here, there's just not in, a little bit of fabric. So once you install the snap there, it's going to look really, really nice. I really hope you enjoyed making these hanging towel toppers. If you want to learn how I fussy cut this fabric so it looks right in the center and so cute, check out my next video here. Ciao!